Okay, all ye hypes nerds, thank you. I'm glad you guys like the music. We're heading into the D&D post-show to unpack whatever the hell just happened tonight. Our great success as it was. Thanks everybody for coming by. We're gonna pop on over to the group chat and begin all of the nonsense of tonight's stream. So let's pan on over, shall we?
Like Talon had to kind of come around to the idea that like she had a crush on a real life person for the first time, and like that was a real feeling that she was capable of, and that's exactly like, because at first it was like, I feel different about him, I don't know why, and she was finally catching on to it.
And nerds.
And then terrible.
So we opened with the real ship talk. We've all wanted to hear it.
What now? I just came in when there was flirting happening, but you guys are only just now live.
We were just commiserating at how close our will they weren't they got, and now we're back to won't they. We were so close.
Yeah.
We were so close.
I mean, like, Talon is definitely, like, not in a headspace where she is going to, like, totally give up, but she also has no idea how to proceed after being so completely rejected.
Yeah, no, and that's fair.
But, like, she recognized in that moment that, like, it wasn't like, I don't care, it was like, I don't deserve you.
This is a bad time.
I'm so depressed.
Yeah.
I can't possibly love you.
After that dream? I mean, no, of course not.
Yeah, that was like,
lads.
I mean, like, big ups to Lane for that imagery, but that hurt.
Oh man.
I was like one more beer away from self-imposing a wisdom saving throw on myself, or having PTSD from the burning city. I was very close. I didn't get it.
Oh man. Now we have to burn all the timbits in Alberta.
Sucks to suck. I'm not even in Alberta. Fuck you.
I'm kind of curious what might have happened had Puck actually spoken to Victor, because there was one thing that was playing over in my mind, and maybe we'll get to see it next time as we reconvene in the next episode. Once Puck finally like gets with everybody else and like talk about things, but there was something that that Puck might do.
We do have to talk, because now I think the big question is: are we gonna go with the Seafoam to Groma, or are we gonna go to the Eladrin Island with our new boat?
Latter.
And listen, like I said, Victor is not making any decisions for anyone. But I feel that we should just go to the island.
I agree. Like, after obviously Talon doesn't know this yet, but like as a player, as soon as I overheard the 3-week thing, I was like, no, thank you.
If they don't need us, we should probably just let them do their thing.
Because that's like a good 2 months before we're gonna get to Eladrin, probably, if we stay with the Seafoam.
Yeah, I mean,
I don't want to throw them under the bus, right? Like, I want to make sure they're okay.
Well, things might change depending on what we learn from the sending spell. Because we have days worth of travel where I can start sending some messages to people if we're not expecting to be fighting.
And my guess is we have a couple of days before we have to split. Before we have to make the decision to split, so we will at least have a few days of travel with them to get everything in motion.
Yeah. I'm really looking forward to talking to my mom.
I guess the other thing is though, like, if they don't need us, I don't think Puck wants to like stay with the Seafoam.
No,
I want to get away. I want to put Basher on that boat and the 4 of us sail away.
I'm saying
into the sunset, baby.
Sail away with me.
The only thought that I had when I was thinking about this last night before today in the stream was like, I just had this feeling. I'm like, they're gonna get topside and everything's gonna be shit. Everything's gonna be on fire. It's all gonna be terrible. And I was just like, if this is what being a pirate means, then Puck absolutely does not want to be a pirate. And so, yeah, this whole like, let's like go meet the, shady general and hand him these explosive crystals and stuff like that. Like Puck wants to distance himself as much as possible from whatever that is.
Yeah. I mean, it also, like, that's not what a pirate is being to Victor either. That was just chaos. That was what being a soldier is like. So that was a bad time.
Roll for PTSD.
Yeah.
Yep, and you know what? I'm glad that instead of my PTSD roll, I got a bad dream. I'll take that. I'm glad that a consequence happened. Is important.
Yeah, fuck, man. I just wish that, like, the aftermath of that whole, like, once we finally had the day after, and everyone was just kind of like, I'm just gonna go off over here and mope for a little while. I'm like, fuck, man. Like, I wish it made sense to do anything else, but, like, for me at least, I was like, this, like, I don't have, like, the ability to muster enthusiasm for anything after last night. I was just like, I wish so hard I could just be like, hey guys, let's come together as a team, or like, let's have these discussions, or like, hey, sending, I can do that. So I was just like, God, everything's terrible.
Yeah, I mean, it sucked. It rightfully so sucked. And yeah, I think if we connect with Jathan, hopefully we can find out a little bit more of what he did, because he obviously started a revolution. It's a matter of
honestly,
how
like,
evolved is he?
There was a serious point in time where Puck was pondering, like, you know what? I'm not gonna bother telling anyone right away about this. I'm just gonna send a message to Jatham and be like, it's like, what the fuck did you do? Everyone here is scared. They don't know what's going on. Why did you leave, everyone? What's happening? Respond, damn it. Just like, so much so, like, I don't know what you did, Jatham. I don't know why you decided to, like, pawn all of your responsibility off on Harold and not tell your crew about anything that was going on. But, like, Puck was just, like, pissed. He was, I don't know.
Yeah.
He's having a hard time.
There was a real moment where me and Basher were on that ship, and I was like, I could turn this fucking boat around and we could go get Jatham. I was like, I have no way to locate him. We'd be fine. Like, we would never find him.
With getting, like, pulled out of the city and everything, like, Puck, like, tried to make his one stand of, like, no, we gotta stay and, like, help people. And then, like, once he was baggage, he was like, I don't know what I can do.
Oh yeah. Oh man.
I mean, I wanted to stay and help too, but I just knew that there was nothing we could do.
Oh.
I had this really, like, brutal moment where right as, like, combat, like, on the ships was coming to an end, when I, like, started thinking about, like, how many people that Talon had killed, and I made eye contact with my own, like, face in Discord at that moment, and I was just like, wow, that, like, hurt you. That hurt you. Like, look at you. You're really upset about this. And that was a lot. I didn't like catching myself in that moment of realization at all.
Yep.
Oh my goodness, dog.
Bye, friend.
Yeah, I saw Charlie a couple times behind you there, Lane.
Yeah, she was running.
All right, kids.
So
welcome to the after show.
yeah, welcome to the after show, everybody. A lot of shit happened. I feel like people will have questions tonight. I don't know why. I'm just like, there were some things that happened. I'm interested to see what chat wants to know about.
Let's open it up. Should we do favorite moment? Is it too soon?
We can do favorite moments if people don't have questions.
While chat gets their questions going.
I mean, I can talk
Can I
about
get
the
their
moment
chat
I hated the most. No, go ahead.
Sure. Let's go. Least
Actually, that
favorite
would be a
moment
better
of the
route
night.
for today.
Yeah, like, least favorite moment, everybody. Let's see.
I don't have one, yo. I don't have one.
Yeah, I know. You're just soaking this
Hey,
in,
DM.
fucking Mr. DM.
Yo, tonight was awesome.
It was.
For you,
It
It was an
truly
excellent
awesome
session, and I'm
in the worst
traumatized.
ways.
Yeah.
No one died.
Ugh,
True spawn, no one
that's
died.
true.
I have nat 20s. I feel like we've had more nat 20 nights.
I feel like last session we had a bunch more. Like we had a
Yeah.
ridiculous amount. Okay. Let me think. Favorite moment. I mean, I'll peel back the curtain and say, as a player, I fucking love being tortured. That's why I play this game. That's why I play this game with Lane in particular, is because this motherfucker just makes me feel bad for 3 hours a week, and it's awesome.
Yeah.
So like the dream was perfect and encapsulated exactly the way I thought I was feeling, so it was brilliant. The net was cool. That was a cool moment. Even though it was fast, I thought the net was really dope. And yeah, I mean, as fucking heartbreaking as it is, I would say probably my top moment was just that interaction with Talon right at the end. With like just we had been getting closer and closer, and like a distinct moment of distance. My heart. I'm very sad about it.
I echo that. That is also my favorite moment of the night. I felt that whole conversation like in my chest. Like that hurt.
It hurt.
Yeah.
It hurt real bad. Because it's just like, yeah. It like it was this beautiful, like you can't script this shit of like Talon's finally ready to open up and I close. and it's just like, the timing.
It was
So
wild because I was mentally like preparing for that conversation before the dream even happened.
Ooh.
Like I was very much in a headspace of like I need Victor right now. Victor's the only one who's gonna understand. Victor's the only one who I'm gonna be able to talk to about all these feelings I'm having about what just happened. And then Lane's describing the dream and I'm like, oh, and then I get there, it's like, ah!
I legitimately felt like a villain after giving
Yeah.
that dream sequence.
And I mean, like, everything rung true in that dream, but the one that hurt the most was Talon, for sure.
Yeah. And it's
and
kind of
that-
the way I wanted it to go, is I wanted it to get progressively worse. And then
Yeah.
I improv'd it all, right? Like I had zero of that planned, so it just kind of, from what you were
And, like,
saying that whole
and
time,
again,
I was like,
she-
"Ooh, I'm just gonna grab that."
And it's because you're a masterful improviser, but she was the only one who used the word beast also, which just like, that was just extra thorns on the rose, right? Like everyone else was berating me and it made sense, but then she like basically called me my slave name, and that was bad.
Yeah, you made me cold.
Yeah, it did.
Like you had dream me like actually show affection. Never seen that in real life. And then made it terrible. So, ouch.
Yeah.
I just want to shout out the beginning of that dream sequence with Jatham. I thought the line of "I'm gonna go die for nothing now,"
Ooh.
that was so. I was like,
that hurt.
oh man, that like, I don't even know that Puck necessarily likes Jatham all that much, but like even that hurts to hear.
Yeah.
Mm.
Favorite moments? Everybody else?
My favorite moment was Jatham's moment with Harold, personally.
Oh,
I'm excited to go back
We didn't
and
get
watch
to hear that shit, so
Wait, can
we don't know.
Can we go back and watch it right away, or is there stuff we still don't know?
No, not yet. Give it one
I'm
more.
not gonna watch it.
You'd have to, if you were gonna watch it, give it one more week before you watch it.
Okay, I can do that.
If I don't know, I don't know. Harold, what's your favorite moment? Was it your moment of secrecy?
No, I mean that was a nice moment. That literally just happened because I was the last one in the line.
I had one prepped for all of you.
Wow.
Yeah, and
Oh.
so
Okay.
as Thomas, Thomas's favorite moment was the Talon Victor moment on the boat.
Oh,
That was real good. I mean, Harold's moment was, probably just getting to use his magic in sort of like an improvised fashion that actually benefited everyone. Like setting that one ship ablaze and then weakening that rope to just a soft breeze could have snapped it.
yeah, dude, that shit was barely. Honestly, at that point, if you guys just hit it, I was gonna be like, oh well, you get a little caught up, but you break the rope.
Yeah, I was like, if this thing's holding on by a thread, then the ship ramming it will definitely fucking break it.
Yeah.
Yeah, but no, my favorite moment was definitely the Talon Victor moment at the end there.
I just realized I have to name a boat while utterly depressed. So
It's the depression boat.
incoming sad boat name. Get
The
ready
Big
for
Sad.
it. I'm just gonna name
Big
it the Big
Sad.
Sad.
Sea of
Yes,
Sorrow.
that's sad.
The Sea's Sorrow.
SS sad boy.
Yeah, I think Harold probably, in all honesty, was like MVP because of the spells and how they were used. Because I mean, Puck was fucking struggling that whole fight just to try and like get them away from us and not kill people, and you managed to get one entire boat of people to just like fuck off, and that's like what Puck was trying to do but failing miserably. So like, good on Harold for being able to accomplish that. Also, Miss Liz, they're welcome to try, but I still don't believe you. Yeah, favorite moments. Oh god, I feel kind of like a little bit of a, I don't know. Everyone's been calling me emo in chat like this for the last 2 sessions, and I'm like, yeah, I know, but I just like I don't feel like anything else is natural right now, and I don't want to just be the emo kid, but.
Also, look at the friggin' circumstances. Who's not the emo kid right now?
Harold.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah, Harold's.
Harold's like, man, I'm doing pretty fucking
Harold
good.
passed that phase. He's been through that phase. He's over.
Yeah. At this point, like Harold's just like, well, I guess it's another day in Shitville.
Just another day in paradise, baby. Just another day in my whole fucking life.
Yep.
Honestly, favorite moment. I'm kind of like Logan. I'm like, yeah, torture, great, I love it. My favorite moment was
BRB.
Basher carrying Puck away from that person. I know that wasn't like really touched on or visited at all, but that for Puck, like, that's sitting with him quite a bit. And for him, it kind of sums up the whole experience of like, couldn't do anything, God, you're hopeless, why couldn't you even save like one fucking person? You don't even know if that guy's alive, and now you're just being carried away by Basher. And for Puck, I think there's a little bit of like that whole night was him kind of feeling that way, and that like really encapsulated it for him. And so when he did the whole like, I had intended to talk to Dalla before, and I pictured the conversation a little bit differently, but I think the circumstances were also different at the time. So when she was all like, oh, you poor child, here, you can cry if you want to, he's like, this sucks. This absolutely fucking sucks. I don't need this right now. I don't need to be babied right now. I need to get fucking stronger. And so I didn't actually think I didn't intend to ask Dala or anyone in the crew to train me. I was just gonna start training, and I'm like, you know what? No, this is an opportunity. So when Basher got brought up, I was like, if it has to be. But I feel like there's some of Puck that's just kind of like, you know what, if it's Basher, then I can just channel that much more of my, like, everyone's going on about like getting angry and swinging with your emotions and everything else, and he's like, well, if it's Basher, then I can tap into that a bit more.
Oh, Puck's so mad at Basher.
Puck's gonna take a level in Barbarian.
I would like to get proficiency in athletics and maybe be able to like actually use some martial weapons out of this experience. That's what I'm hoping for.
I mean, 2 weeks on a
We can
boat.
get there.
2 weeks on a boat's a long time. 2.5.
Well,
3.
yeah. I mean, we got to figure out if we're going to Gromo or the island. That's the big question.
True.
Yeah,
We have an extra boat now.
it's true.
Like going monk?
Our own
I
boat.
don't think so. Not monk. Doesn't feel like it's in the
Monk
cards.
would be crazy.
Also, Puck has 0 modifier in dexterity. He is not a monk.
Yo, my inspiration dice tonight were clutch.
Yeah, for beating the
You only
shit
have
out
the
of people.
one, right?
I
You
used
got
Like
two.
you.
I used 2.
I think both of them were
What was the
against.
second
No,
time?
wait. One was against Town,
one's
one's
against
against Basher.
Oh,
Yeah.
Oh, was
because
it that-
the guy?
that
Because the
sad
last guy was like, "Oh fuck," and like swung at him, and he hit him, and Basher just went, "Fucking whoop."
All right. Questions from the chat. Anybody? You got.
We have
Uh,
Asa asked, "What's your character's favorite band?" Which we kind of talked about a few weeks ago. I feel like
mhm,
just
we're trying to
generally,
play
but
this.
yeah,
Yeah.
Basher's in love with Alanis Morissette. Yeah, for sure.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
So with Puck, it's not like a band, but like all of the music that Puck has like sung and hummed and stuff like that, and has ideas for, they're all Darren Korb songs. So composer, not necessarily band.
It's always Japanese boy bands.
For Victor, it's punk rock at its core. A little more hardcore, if you can go it that way, but I would say but also really cheesy, not good, very commercial punk, Rise Against
Pop
or
punk.
3 Days Grace, pop punk. Not so much pop punk, not like Panic at the Disco.
No, yeah.
But Fall Out Boy is probably the edge.
Pop punk in
Gotcha,
the 90s
yeah.
and the early 2000s before
Yeah.
it got
Yeah.
super pop.
But yeah, the edge for pop punk is Fall Out Boy, and then it goes all the way down to Rage Against the Machine.
I like
Angry
that.
music that is mad at the world, specifically the ruling class.
Wheatus. Oh yeah. You know Victor listens to Wheatus on the daily.
Oh yeah, oh yeah.
Talon is very old school folk music, a lot of 70s rock, maybe. Highlights, probably John Prine would be a real good fit. Some nice folk music.
Why am I not listening to music?
Why not?
I don't know. Why aren't you?
I should be listening to music. It's always so quiet
Harold,
when we come here
Has
after
Harold
D&D.
discovered music, or is it still white noise for
I
old
think it's
Harold?
still white noise. I think
The occasional clink of a blacksmithing hammer.
yeah. I think earlier I did find maybe one song that Harold would have listened to. Can't remember it for the life of me. So we're gonna stick with white noise, and if I remember it, I will make mention of it.
Listen, the ambient noise of blacksmithing forge can actually be quite calming. So, if that's what
True.
if that's what Harold's into, just the steady tink of metal, the sizzling of hot iron, and then like the bellows going. That can be some nice.
Harold just listens to ASMR. Blacksmith
down with that
ASMR.
I'd like to think that Harold listens to the depressed Bloodhound Gang songs, like not the fun ones, the sad ones.
Oh man.
Any other questions, chat?
Yeah, bring them on.
I'm so
We
happy.
got answers. We can talk about some stuff. Let's talk about where we. What do we think Jatham is doing?
God.
If I had to guess, I assume he went straight for Annie,
Keen? Yeah.
and is getting her the fuck out of there.
Yeah, probably. He's like for real revolutionary.
Yeah.
Why do you think he did it? This is just a question that I want to hear what you guys think.
I think he's trying to atone for leaving Bash and like, you know, kind of like trying to forget how bad the world is. Like I think he's doing. I think he woke up to justice. Like he's like, oh fuck, you're right. The world. I have to change the world. And is doing that.
Yeah, I would have to echo that sentiment. I mean, you could see in the way that he was trying to look after Harold and everything else that he had like a deep-rooted problem with the way things were in Goneril, and that him not helping Basher was definitely eating away at him. Which is probably why like Puck honestly had such a bone to pick with Jason, was this whole thing of like, you treat Harold this way, but you left Basher there. Like, what is up with that? So yeah, I don't know if maybe we may have had like a little bit of a spark added to that because we were like, oh yeah, we're doing this thing of Annie Keen. But it seems like that was, yeah, just like that whole place was a tinderbox. Like every character was a tinderbox, every building was a tinderbox, every circumstance was a tinderbox, and we were just kind of like just running around shooting off fireworks. Like, hey guys, what should we do next?
Yeah.
Yeah.
A question from Miss Liz. For me, Lee, and Lane, how bad do you feel for sinking Alex's ship?
Which ship?
The ship between Talon and Victor.
The Talon Victor ship.
I don't think that ship has sank at all. I think that ship is maybe dead in the water right now.
I think
but
that
I don't think
ship
it's
is taking on water.
Yeah.
Personally, I feel great. Mostly out of humorous spite towards Alex. I just like to blow up her ship because it's them, which is funny to me. It's sad. I think it's fun. It's fun to play that dynamic. It always is going to be fun.
I know.
Lee tries to wrangle her damn cats.
baby jail.
Baby jail. I personally have just a heaping load of fun playing that dynamic with Lee, but this is only going to add to that fun as we make more layers. That's like the most fascinating part of it is it's so complicated now that like, how do you even proceed? And it's fun.
Totally. And I do think it is worth noting. Yes, I feel bad for sinking Alex's ship, but like also, I ship it. Hello, I'm upset too.
Yeah, I'm ship. Like, don't pretend like we aren't aboard the ship that's sinking. Like, we're there. We just have to be. We can't just start making out like frickin' like we're Zasha and Naima. Like, we can't. That ain't this kind of show anymore.
No.
So
Well, and Sasha and Emma were just like, that was a different thing. That was
Yeah,
that was like
Thelma and Louise
that was
driving
like-
off the cliff. This is
Yeah.
alchemical something happened there.
They
Meant to
very
be.
quickly became two parts of the same character, and I did not dislike it whatsoever. You know, like it
It was
felt so
awesome.
right so fast.
Mm-hmm.
because
Yeah.
then you got to torture them with their relationship, which is now what you're doing to us again, but slower.
I'm so excited to go through this all over again for the second time.
Just wait till
this
Victor
year.
dies. It's gonna be crazy. You're gonna change classes.
You-
It's gonna be insane.
I will. That's the thing.
Right back to the rogue. Right back
Hey,
to the assassin.
hey, listen. I have to die first in order for Victor to die, okay?
That is true. Because he's just
Oh.
gonna bring me back like a fucker.
As many times as I fucking have to, motherfucker.
And Liz, to answer your question from my perspective, I don't think I had anything to do with it. I don't. Did I set up Domino? Like, here's the thing: is like
Sure.
I let them live in the world, but I don't think at any point I was like trying to shove a wedge in there. I just let them do it through
Yeah.
through them having experiences. You know,
Is the
I was
man
never
who
like-
builds the railroad at fault for two trains colliding head-on into each other? Who's to say?
No, that's a fair point.
Yo, Azza says, "Is there anything you wish you would have done today?"
Yeah,
I don't know if that's in real life or if that's on the boat.
I'm gonna assume that's on the boat.
Talk to Victor before he had the dream.
That would have made it even crazier. I think I wish I had taken a second to like look at Jatham. I think if I could have surmised that he was about to do something stupid, then I might have been able to stop him. But I trusted him at face value, and then lost him.
I think that today, I mean, I would have liked to have been able to have like stood my ground and done something in the city, but I definitely wish that I had gotten the chance to talk to more of the party earlier. I don't know. I feel like just because of like the emotional impediments everyone was dealing with, but Puck definitely, I would have liked to have talked to Victor, which we'll get to next time, but.
Plenty of talking. We're on a boat.
Yeah, plenty of talking. Get
Ready
ready.
for a talkie episode next week, everybody.
Each
episode.
But yeah, no, I think mainly, other than like having wanted to have done something in the city before we left, it was mainly just like talking to people. Mainly because I feel like partially I'm noticing this, and partially I think like Puck might be noticing this, but it kind of feels like Puck is like drifted to the edge of the group in these last like 2 sessions, and he's just like not able to like speak with people as easily. I don't know.
It's been busy.
Mhm.
So there's that.
Well,
I feel
mean,
like I haven't gotten hardly any like FaceTime with anybody other than the end of the tonight, honestly.
I mean, you guys have been fighting. It was like decision making after decision making after
Yeah.
decision making for like 4 hours in game time back to back, right? Like we ended with 2 hours of fight and we started with 2 hours of run and fight.
Yeah, I think I'm speaking more to the like the in between hours or like the before post hours when people will kind of like scatter to the wind and like Puck just kind of like feels like lost and not sure who to talk to. And then one thing I noticed from tonight's game was Puck and Talon had like this nice moment where they talked a little bit on the bow of the boat, and then afterwards, just kind of breaking it down later, Talon felt like Victor was the only one she could talk to about these sorts of things. And so I guess in a meta kind of mind, I'm like, oh, okay, so like Puck wasn't someone that could be like leaned on then.
But could I clear up for you exactly what I meant like that? It was that darker part of it that I didn't say to you that I did say to Victor. And that was specifically why I wanted to go to Victor, because it was like Talon felt that kind of rush of power that came with, you know, taking out her bow and killing like 4 people, like rapid fire.
And
You know,
Victor is evil and therefore will understand.
No, but yes.
I get it.
But that didn't feel like something that that wasn't something that Talon really felt, especially because of like how everything was panning out as we were running out of the city. It was very much like, how can I tell the guy who wants to like heal everyone that I kind of liked killing a little bit, maybe?
No, that's fair. That's fair. I think one of the things.
So to ease your meta mind.
My meta mind. It will never be eased. It will always be an overdrive. No, that's a totally fair point. And I'm just like looking at this as like I always have like the character brain and then like my brain. I'm like, oh, that's an interesting phenomenon.
Yeah.
I feel like one of the things that Pucks is like been burning to ask someone on the ship is like, how do you guys do it? Like, why? Like, what? How do you guys feel pleasure in killing? Because that's just something that does not compute to Puck.
You guys want to know something crazy?
What?
As we arrived to Goneril, I changed Victor's alignment to chaotic good. And guess what? It's chaotic neutral now. I thought I was good for like 2 days.
Oh boy. Oof.
Back down.
Harold, is there anything that you wanted to do today that you didn't get a chance to?
Honestly, Harold did kind of everything he wanted to do. Like, we got Bash out, and we were on our way back to the ship. And, I mean, I made the decision, like, I am getting to that boat. I don't care what anyone else does, especially after Jatham, you know, dropped all that shit off on me. I was less like, I am getting to this ship with or without the rest of the party. And so when Victor was just like, nope, we're making a detour and fighting these people, I was just like, all right, well, as soon as I see that...
You can do that!
I was like, yeah, all right, cool. You want to fight people? You can fight people. I'm going to the boat. We need to leave now, and that is what I am going to go do. And so that, and then he got to use his magic to, you know, slow the other ships down to help them escape, and we got away. You know, and then going through everything.
Money.
Yeah,
It's like, I view this as an absolute win.
Yeah. And there was the moment where he saw this money and was just like, no one else knows about this. I could just literally keep all of this.
I thought you were going to. I totally thought you were going to.
And they
Dude, I
would
wish you did.
not
That would have been
know.
fucking awesome.
What, are you
And
think Victor's gonna use 50 platinum? No.
But
He's
I
gonna
was just
give
like-
that to you guys.
I was
Harold
like,
just being like, you know, if I leave without them on the ship, I get to keep all of this shit to myself.
so I was just like, oh, okay. Nope, I'm gonna do the right thing. Everyone deserves a fair share of this money, except for the crew, because they stayed on a boat or stole things. We were the one that actually like risked our fucking lives to get Bash out of this fucking death pit. And yeah, Harold kind of did everything that he wanted to. He had a little talk with Victor. You know, he had a little talk with Bash. He had a little talk with, you know, kind of both Talon and Puck. Talon less so. But Harold kind of achieved everything that he wanted to. Look,
Absolute success.
Miss Liz, you have to stop spoiling it, okay? Let my evil turn be a secret and a surprise.
Listen,
Yo,
I've played this game with Thomas for hundreds of hours. I've never ever ever seen him play a character that wasn't outwardly evil or secretly evil.
it's true.
He has never once played a good character. I've never seen it.
Oh, no,
Ever.
there was the
Multiple characters.
he was the air genasi one time, wasn't he a good guy that game?
No, he was like a criminal.
Yeah, you and I.
He conned
That was
people.
that was Nino. That was you and I were
Yeah.
the con men.
Yeah, I remember, but like from my point of view, the Jedi are evil. So fuck you, Logan.
Listen, Lane,
All I'm saying.
that's why you can't make the mistake of letting him like get to late game. You just kill his character off early and he's never evil. Just follow my
We
example
tried that, and the campaign
and keep
ended.
killing Thomas. But anyways, Logan, I did want to give you a little shout out because I appreciate how, besides your series of like blind guards that could not get through our like shitty stealth roll or deception checks, I did appreciate how like for the most part a lot of the guards and people that you were like a lot of the like policing forces weren't necessarily. A bunch of them weren't just like, oh yeah, civilians, let's fuck them up. A lot of them were like, get inside, everything's like fucking going to hell. And so I appreciate that there was like a little bit of like, there was a little bit to every like group. Like even the soldiers who were just kind of like in this fight with these people were also like, my friend's dead. Fuck.
Some humanity.
Yeah. So I appreciate that.
Well,
Yeah,
I mean,
that's
to
so
that,
it
to
hurts
that,
more.
well, to that same side of the coin, like they were Kingsguard. Like, I'm sure the Nazis had friends that died in the war, but you know, you don't really care about it because they were bad people. Doesn't matter if they were following orders.
Yeah, I mean, look at the American Civil War, right? Would you, like, when you look back in the history books at the American South, and this is a personal question for everybody, I know lots of people feel different ways, but when you read about these generals who rode into battle and died and got hundreds of troops mowed down, you read it and you go, well, yeah, they fought on the wrong side of history. What do you think was going to happen?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah, and that's like that again, like Victor deeply feels that. He deeply feels like everyone who contributes to the monarchy of Westgar should die. But he is with people who don't feel that way and does not want to become an evil monster slaying machine again. And I think mostly because of Puck, and somewhat because of Talon, like he is trying to come at that differently, but 100%. Okay.
We had
Miss
a
Liz
question
has-
for Miss Liz for
Yeah.
Talon. Talon has been hidden away and within 2 weeks of leaving home, has freed people from being tested on by Ordis, freed slaves, killed men and beasts. How is the newfound strength affecting Talon's sense of self? How did Victor rejection fit into this new self?
Ooh. Yikes.
He gave you the whole fucking pizza pie in one.
Yeah. Thank you for the question, Liz. So Talon is really going through it right now, and the further we go, see, I put myself in this mess by creating a character that was completely innocent, you know? But it's been such an interesting journey to experience all this stuff through Talon's eyes. She is loving and hating it in equal measure. She's also, her confidence, I think, has been maybe shaken just by the exposure to so much bloodshed. And as far as Victor rejecting her, that that just doesn't feel, the way that conversation went, she definitely feels like this does not compute. I like you, you like me. What the fuck? But he's being a sad boy, so she has to deal with that. It's just, Talon's a mess on the inside right now. She's very upset. That's why she pretty much went straight to bed last night, not feeling super chatty. Especially not after talking to Victor, actually.
Yeah, I like you, you like me, but I don't like me.
Yeah.
And therefore, cannot.
Oh, actually, hey, with that, because I forgot about this, but like, listen, your line of like, I might be paraphrasing the exact wording, but like, you can stop liking yourself, but you can't stop me from liking you, was like, oh man, that was a very touching moment.
I'm sad.
I think I said care.
Ah.
You can stop. You might not care about yourself, but you can't stop me from caring. Yeah, that
Yeah.
sounds like what I think I said.
Right.
Yeah, it was.
As
I
an
really.
improviser, I was like, how do I
I
fucking
don't know what I'm saying.
respond to this?
It was like. I mean, I really enjoyed it so much because like I went like full. As soon as he was like, I'm just like Ordiz, I'm just like fucking Keen. I was like, I like tunnel vision. I was just like, no, like when I think I actually said like no.
Yep.
Or something like that, and that was like, just from a very deep part of my brain, of just like being like, no, this is not right. This is not you. Confuse. Yeah, it was just like role-playing against you in that moment, role-playing with you in that moment, Logan, was just like, so I loved it.
It was like viscerally sad.
Yeah.
I think I just loved after you're like, you're no, you had this moment of like pause of like, just like I could see your brain trying to come up with what to say next, and I'm like, oh, I recognize this moment so well.
I also wanted to say that like Talon being like upset with someone on a boat is much different than being upset with someone on land, because Talon went to walk away and there was nowhere to go.
Where can you go?
I want to be
You're on
anywhere
my
but
ship,
here, please.
And I have to keep sailing it, so I can't leave.
Oh man, guys, you know what? A part I really liked of tonight actually was Jatham killing that guard.
Yeah.
And you know, Thomas called it, and I was like, I love it when Thomas calls it, because he calls it like 50% of the time. Like he really does. He's got my brain figured. He really do. But yeah, that killing that guard, but then it wasn't even the part that I liked a lot. It was the reveal of this just like man who had just clearly committed atrocities and was strung out, you know, like it was really nice for it to be like, yeah, you know, that happy-go-lucky guy who like everybody loves because he's so like sweet and doesn't care about anything. He's broken. Like he's beyond broken. And then the moment with Victor where he's like, put on a happy face, put on a happy face. We saved our boy. Let's get the fuck out of here. And then down.
When
What?
those 4 explosions rang out right before we left, like panic, just full panic set
Yeah,
in.
what the fuck was that? What were those?
I can't tell you that.
I'm guessing if we talked to
mines
Jason.
exploding.
I mean, there was like
Probably.
explosions at like I'm guessing with the fires, it was like something up in like the mining district, something towards the like
rich people.
the rich people who are probably being
I
raided
guess.
by everyone that doesn't like them, and then the like shipyard, and then I don't know what the fourth one would be, or there could be multiple at the same
I know
location.
what they are.
Of course,
But,
I'd be concerned if
the
you didn't know what they were.
dragons.
If you just have like, 4 explosion happens. Yep.
4 dragons.
Yeah, exactly. No, but like it was really fun to put a city into complete disarray for a while. I really enjoyed that part. That part was really fun for me. You know,
It was
was
like
to have
insane too, because like we didn't even like that wasn't a plan. We didn't even really foresee it. We wanted like a small riot for the fighting pits, and then all we got out of there, and the world was on fire, and it was
yeah,
insane.
and I'm sure we'll have to explain to you some things in the next couple sessions here about that. I am sure.
Yeah.
I hope
Yeah.
the man that sold me my diamonds is okay.
This is nice.
Yeah.
He was
He
nice.
was like a
He's kind of an asshole, but like,
I mean,
at least an accepting asshole.
yeah, like he was just like, "Hey, you fucking dickhead, take off your hood when you're trying to buy jewelry, you fucking mook. Like, who do you think you are?" Takes off hood. I'm an asshole. Fuck. Get home safe, kid.
Yeah.
Alright, we gotta-
I'm like
Harold?
the rich district's 100% gonna get like turned to rubble, and I just know he's like up in that part of town.
Probably.
I'm waiting for like some sort of notice to reach us somewhere, and it's like 3 Valkyries have descended on Goneril after mass riots and outbreak caused destruction in the main port town of this fucking country.
Harold,
Yeah.
missed this question. Harold really held it down in the fight tonight. Harold has good technical skills and weak people skills. Recently, he's built this connection with Bash. He was the last person Jatham talked to. As he transitions from being bullied in school to having a close friend group and quickly gaining new trustworthy friends, how is Harold's view of people changing? How do the people of Goneril fit into that?
Yeah, so Harold's view with a lot of things is he's slowly opening up to the party. Like there have been moments where, you know, there have been moments where he's been like very sheltered when things happen, like one when Victor tried to grab his sword and push him to the ground, you know, when Puck just goes headfirst into danger without thinking about the consequences. There are certain moments where he's just like, these people are going to get themselves killed, or they just don't want me around. They don't want to listen to me. So, okay, fine. I'm nothing I'm not used to. And, you know, but slowly, you know, they've kind of been opening up, and, you know, the only person that Harold really thinks he can talk to is Victor. Because from an intellectual standpoint, Victor's the only other smart one of the group. Like, Victor's the only other one that will actually listen and give Harold a intellectual answer instead of a, well, I did this because I felt like doing this. You know, Victor will give him a reason. There will be a reason behind his answer and the reason he does things. But like Harold still, he knows that he's going to be traveling with these people, so he does want to kind of form a better relationship with them. He just doesn't know how to go about it. And I mean, stepping into Goneril was just like, oh yeah, right. This is how the world is. This is just how the world is. Everyone fucking hates orcs. No matter half or full, everyone in Westgar is racist. That's just how it is. There are a couple of non-racist people. That's great. The racists are still going to make themselves more prevalent. And so it's to Harold, it's just like, I want to surround myself with people who aren't going to judge me. because of how I look and who are going to actually value me as a human. And the party is the closest people he's ever found to that. And even then, there's still little bits of, like, I don't know how much I can actually trust and talk to you right now, because you're just so emotional that does not compute to me. And I think after you know, today's and yet like last week's session, and everyone just being kind of so like down in the dumps on themselves over everything that happened, he's just gonna be like, well, y'all are in your feelings. I'm gonna stay over here until you're not. If you need
Also,
me,
Vulcan.
Book is fucking sick.
yeah. if you need me, I'll be reading over here, doing something that I enjoy.
Yeah, maybe I'll get Fritz to teach me how an eyeglass works or something.
Yeah, and so, yeah, it's just like his worldview. He has a very wide worldview about how the world works. But like small scale, it's slowly starting to open up.
That makes me happy. So does this fucking cat.
Yep.
The cat's just like, huh? What's up?
I swear to God, like,
I'm gonna do it.
she has a death wish. I'm just trying to like make her not rip her stitches. That's all.
Fair. Before, because I'm getting pretty tired, so I'm probably gonna dip out soon.
Me too.
But
I gotta go
I
too.
can tell everyone's tired as fuck. I just really, the last thing I wanted to say was, Harold, when I originally thought up the Jatham leaving scene, because I can't say too much, right? And in my head I was like, okay, well, he's gonna pull aside Harold. Like when I first thought of it, I was like, well, he's gonna pull aside Harold while they're all running, you know, through this alley, because that's kind of the way I wrote it. It's kind of how I figured it so far. I was hoping it would work out. Sometimes it just doesn't, but it did tonight. And I was like, man, I really want it to be Harold. And I came up with the whole conversation I wanted to say. I didn't get it all out because it's hard to regurgitate that stuff. You kind of just got to let it happen.
Yeah.
And I then realized yesterday, oh fuck, what if Harold's not at the back of the line, right? Like, how is he gonna fall back? And so I had to come up with a backup plan for Talon and Puck just in case, because I knew 100% Victor would not be in the back.
Never is.
Mhm.
Never.
Why
is.
would he be?
Exactly. And so that definitely was really nice for me. It was really nice for me to be like, oh, cool. I get to do the thing that I plan to do. I did have a question though. Why didn't you tell them?
Why didn't I tell them what?
Why didn't you say anything? Why didn't you say anything when he left? There, that we can say. Why didn't you say anything when he left?
One,
Without spoilers, of course.
we were all running, and you know, it didn't feel like there was a whole lot of time for me to be like, guys, he's leaving us, Jatham's leaving, we gotta stop and go back and turn around and get him. It was just like, we have to get to the ship. That is our main focus right now. This is our priority. And Jatham just felt to me that he had already made his mind up that no matter what I said, it wouldn't have changed it. It was kind of the similar thing with Bash. The only one that he would listen to maybe was Victor. Because Jatham has absolutely no ties or connections to me. He's not going to give a damn about what I say. And then, you know, so it was just like, when he was just like, I'm going to give you all of this stuff, but I need to stay here. I have too many roots planted here. I need things that I need to deal with. To Harold, he understood. He just understood where Jatham was coming from in that moment, And he
He's
was just
"Oh,
like,
you gotta handle your shit. Okay, okay.
it
I
was
won't
just like-
get in your way.
he was just like, you're not doing this. You're not doing this out of, I'm dying. All of you leave. I'll give you 5 more minutes to get ahead. I'll handle all the guards. Or, you know, it's just like, I can't face him, man. I can't, I can't look at Basher the same way again. Like, again, all the feeling stuff. To Harold, it was just like, I'm staying here because I need to deal with things alone. And to Harold, he was like, all right, that's good enough for me. You got personal reasons for doing this shit. You're not, you're not bullshitting me to what I can understand. Like, great. You go off, you've given me everything that we need to be successful. Great. Go do your stuff. And so, I was surprised that when, everyone kind of stopped and there was the big fight.
Yo, me too.
That was the moment that I was just like, no one's saying anything. Why hasn't anyone been like, where's the sound of pistol fire? Like, why isn't Jatham in here with a knife? But no one
How are these
said
guys
anything.
still alive? Like,
Yeah.
wait, shouldn't they be dead by now?
And so it was just like, okay, I guess no one's gonna make mention of the fact that Jatham's not there. And it wasn't until, we all got back onto the ship, and obviously it was a fog of war moment. You're just so into, doing this one specific thing that once you can actually like take a breath and view the world around you, you're like, wait, we're missing someone?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's exactly it. And I think that confrontation was just strange enough. Like, it wasn't like we saved these civilians. It was like, these civilians want to murder this guy. Like, what the fuck? And we were like, wait, no, what? And then we were like, we have to run.
Yeah. So, yeah, that's why I didn't say anything, was because it was just like, Jatham had his mind made up. I wasn't going to change it. He's already given me everything that we need to do. He's given me the location we're sailing to, the person we're meeting, a note for that person that has to show up sealed. Great.
Oh yeah, I want to know what Harold thinks about that shit. Oh my god.
I mean, there's obviously the innate curiosity of just like, I want to open this.
I want to open it so bad.
But at the same time, it's just like, no. If we open this and we give it to the general and he thinks it's been tampered with, this entire mission was for naught. Stealing these crystals, setting the city on fire, all this stuff would have been for nothing. We would have essentially, the one thing that would have happened was we got Bash out of there, which probably still might have set the city on fire, but like our actual main mission would have been a complete waste of time. So, yeah.
I think at one point, Warren/Puck did notice the absence of Jatham, but then it became overshadowed by the situation that was unfolding in front of him, and it just didn't come up again until we got to the boat.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it was awesome, right?
I believe we have a Victor question.
Yeah, I do have to step out though. So,
Okay. Yes, I will not keep those
Alright.
who are need
Night.
to get.
Thanks for playing.
See you later,
Well,
friends.
thanks for having me. If any more questions come up, keep them for next week.
Oh, yeah.
I'm
Absolutely.
sure our resident
Lore master.
lore master, keeper of notes and tomes, will let us know.
Keeper of knowledge.
Victor, this entire campaign has been dealing with self-esteem issues regarding his history. Today, when Talon talked about how killing 5 people felt like power, Victor apologized for leading her into this life. He's giving up his leadership style and stepping into a more servant leader role, has Victor seriously considered just leaving, needing someone to talk to? Could this strengthen his bond with Book Genie?
Yeah, I think there were many moments right after we were done where Victor felt that maybe he would leave, that he should leave, that he should go back for Jatham, and especially when he woke up from the dream, I think he went into autopilot, but if he had more processing power, might have just steered that ship away and left. But the other thing that's he just can't leave, mostly because he feels honor bound to help Talon and Puck
At least get her mom
and
back,
Harold.
right?
Like, he swore that he would do that. So he has to. He can't leave. I think he will stay and do that. I think the way he is left is he feels he has nothing to contribute that will be worthwhile in the rescue of Talon's mom. He just, like, everything he has tried to do and everything he has, like, tried in the past week has gone tits up and for the worst. And so I think that's, like, if there's a way he is left, it is mentally. He is out. He is no longer he's no longer pretending to be the brains of the operation, because it's just not happening. It's just not working.
Yo, I got a question for you.
Hmm.
I want to let you get to finish Miss Liz's, but do you think if Victor could go back 2 days right now, he would?
Where does that leave us?
Arriving in
moment
Colorado.
when-
I think, yeah, arriving.
Arriving and, like, seeing, basically it would have been like the
Meeting
morning after
Jatham.
waking up on the ship with Jatham, I believe.
Yeah, I think so. I think what he regrets the most is seeing Basher.
Yeah.
I think if he didn't go and see Basher, he could have just done the job for Jatham and gone out, and wouldn't have had to, and Basher would still be in there. But yeah, I think even further, I think, like, the regret grows as deep as, like, he shouldn't have left the surrender.
Ooh.
Because he left the surrender, and has, like, especially now, especially waking up from that dream, like, he has woken up to the realization he has ruined 3 lives, and taken so many more, and that's just, like, devastating. And he could have just, like, continued to like, waste away on a boat and be forgotten about, and that would have been fine. And he would have only, like, the world would have only lost him, but now the world has lost, like, 4 good people instead of 1.
Yeah, but if Victor never left the surrender, what if Puck, Talon, and Harold died at Ordesis?
Yeah, I don't, like, it's
So that's
the
a tough
world
one.
is it's a billion possibilities, but again, yeah. And then strengthening his bond with the Book Genie. Yeah, I think I alluded to that a little bit talking to Orokazoa, but I think the way he's seeking redemption now is going to be liberating these people, these scarred people. I think if there were no ties to the rest of the group, he would go and do that right now. But we have to do what we're doing, and then it's time to go do that.
Dude,
I
have
maybe
so much.
if he can free the genie and free everyone of the scar, and cleanse people of that pain and that anger, then maybe he can redeem himself in his eyes.
I love Orokazo because I've never been able to play a patron to a warlock who is not pure evil.
Yeah, it's nice.
Like, he's definitely selfish, but he's also like kind of just a guy in a really shitty
He's just a
spot.
creature, he's just a guy. Yeah.
He's like, yeah, I'm
And,
gonna
like-
be, if I'm stuck in your head all fucking day, you better give me some more books, you fucking bitch.
Mhm. And I've enjoyed Orokazoa greatly. I think he's so fun, and I can't wait to help him. Like, I'm very excited. I know it's gonna be a while, but I am excited to meet more of the scarred and try to help them.
I have a whole Victor chapter locked and loaded for a distant time. It's ready to rock, but I've got
when
like
we go
60
back to
minutes of it.
Rolland, the return to Rolland.
Oh man, it's gonna be so good.
We
It's
go
gonna be
meet Grig, and Grig is harboring a scar. I have to kill him. And I can't because he's so strong.
Dude, if you had to kill Greg, you would lose.
I couldn't.
I think BBEG style, it would take all four of you 100% of what you've got to take
Easily.
down Greg. Where he's
Easily.
at now, even if you guys are at level 10, like, I just think he'd just fucking
He's
roll
so
you.
scary. He hits so hard, so
Oh,
long.
man.
We loved Greg from the moment we met him at the beginning of campaign 1.
He was
And-
their big dumb pirate himbo.
Yeah.
I stabbed him and then healed him. I'm
Yeah.
pretty sure. I killed
Yeah.
him, brought him back, and then he was my friend.
So loyal.
You were
too.
his father, actually.
Listen, we talk about the duality of clerics.
Yeah.
Between
Yeah.
the way Puck and Gibson interact with the world. They both hate their god just as much, but in totally different ways. Puck's like, I need more power to save more people, and Gibson's like, I need more power to kill more people.
Gibson, I feel like Gibson, it's more like I need more power so everyone can leave me the fuck alone because I'm too scary to fuck with.
That
Also, I need more power to kill you.
yeah, also keep giving me more power so I can kill you and take your place.
Oh boy.
That was my
Gibson
end goal.
should have been a
Gibson.
warlock, dude. Gibson should have been a fucking warlock.
Gibson should have been a lot of things.
Like, dead.
Well, he is. So congratulations.
I feel like this
His
is
Okay,
mithril
okay.
plate, his mithril plate armor is somewhere in the sands of Rolland. Maybe one day we'll find it.
Dude, what a weird day that'll be.
Oh,
I gotta
crazy.
sign off. I'm fucking exhausted, but thanks for the
Yeah.
great game tonight, guys.
Yeah. Thank you for all the torture.
Thanks
I love
for
it.
being an asshole. We love you.
so good.
It's my
So
favorite.
good.
Deuces.
Later.
Right. I'm going to sleep also. Also, I need to eat. Also, my cat is psychotic.
Fair
I got a
enough.
lot to do.
All right. Well,
have
I'll
a
see
good
you
one.
next week then, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Should be. Yeah. Have a good one, everybody.
Same bat time, same bat place. Bye.
Have a good night, everyone.
All right, it's just us, chat. It's just us for a hot minute. Hi, chat. How's chat doing? Everyone have a good evening. Everyone have a good time with all the bullshit, all the bullshit that happened. Also, I just want to go back to Mrs.'s little thing of like, I have concerns for the whole party's sense of self-care. Yeah. everyone that isn't Harold is having an emotional time. Yeah. See, well, you have a meerkat. Yes, apparently she does. Puck needs a cookie. Puck needs a lot of things, and I don't know when any of them are going to happen. I'm trying to find Puck's like ability to ground himself, and like when he feels strongly about something, like be vocal about it. I tried to a little bit with Victor in the streets there, but it just felt like when there was just moments where like, I don't know, Puck just kind of like retreated into a shell, and just went with the party. And I don't know, I feel like there needs to be some kind of a balance there where Puck can like voice his you know, his thoughts and feelings about something and have like the ability to back it up, as opposed to like, this isn't cool, and then being like, okay. But that's what being a low-level character feels like. I'm just, maybe when we hit like level 10 or something, we can do something crazy. Can you picture Puck using sending selfishly to talk to Ariel in 25 work? Ariel in 25 work bursts every night to hear about her day. Oh, 25 word bursts. No. I know you all want me to just like be pen pals with one person for 25 days, but no, I'm sorry. Puck has already been rotating in his brain about like, okay, so we need to like, I gotta talk to Jatham, maybe Annie Keen. I gotta talk to Talon's mom. Maybe we need to check back with someone at the keep. Like maybe I'll message Sarifa to see what's going on there. I'm like, if I have some spares left, maybe I'll check in at home. Like, oh, I should like use one of these for like Harold's parents. Like maybe I can reach out to his mom or his dad or something like that. Like that's where his brain is like. He needs a support system. Maybe. It's just weird. It's been very strange because the support system is like, hey, you need to toughen up. And then other times they're like, hey, poor baby, let me coddle you for a minute. And it's like, neither of them seem to help. It's like weird. Every time someone is trying to give him like one version of that, he is wanting the other. And it's this weird thing where it's like, I feel shitty. Can you give me a hug? And they're like, no, you need to toughen up. And then they're like, hey, I feel shitty. Can you make me stronger? And they're like, oh, let me give you a hug. And I'm like, no, that's not how this works. No. Puck is confused. He doesn't have a de-stress routine, a comfort activity. His comfort activity, if he had one, would be singing and playing the lute and just like humming that tune to himself. But, you know, that's more like, oh man, today was kind of rough, but today will be nicer. Not like, oh man, that city burned to ashes and we had a part to play in it and there's so many dead people. Like, he can't just like hum a little tune and like make that go away. So I don't think that he's found anything to help cope with like the large tragedy. Well, you build a ladder? Huh? What do you mean by that? A ladder? I'm also just waiting for my camera to like go out because the chat room will close and it will make me very sad. So I don't know. We have limited time before I have to reset camera things. Yeah, I guess that'll be more or less it. Yeah, it's a trauma thing. You do one activity and then try to do another and try to go up the ladder. Oh, I see. Okay. I don't have a ladder in real life or in game, so but I'm actually interested to see what will happen in the next couple of days because I didn't realize I think I realized there was like some kind of bone to pick with Basher from Puck's perspective, but now the fact that they're training and like fighting, oh, there it goes. I called it. All right, hold on a second. Let me try and fix this shit. Okay, let me see here. I gotta turn my camera on and off, I think. I'm pretty sure. Okay, so we go like this. and then we go into a fist cam, and we go like that. How we doing? We come back. Fist cam? No, hold on a second. Wait a minute. Why? Is it because the Discord thing still thinks I'm still there? Now I can pretend you are a talking barn. Oh, good. I'm so glad that we could experience this together. Hold on a second. Why are you not working for me? All I want is my face cam. Let's go like that for a second. And I'll just switch it back and it should be fine, right? Yeah, there we go. Boom. There we go. Got it. No worries. No worries. I mean, it was that or a tree. Would you rather be a tree? Maybe. Maybe Puck just wants to be a tree somewhere. Who knows? Just become a druid. Become a druid. Grow into a tree. Just follow Elmo's example. Enjoy life with the squirrels. That sounds simpler. Simpler than all this. Yeah, I'm interested to see what ends up happening between him and Basher now that they're training together. And what happens with Puck pushing himself. And yeah, it just felt like this whole time his goal of like getting stronger has just kind of been like this little like sideshow to our travel. And he's like, no, I need like a serious like boot camp. I need someone to put me through my paces. And if that means like torn muscles and like broken bones or whatever else, like I'll fight through it. Because honestly, that's just gonna be on par with all the emotional pain. Yeah. But anyways, that's probably gonna be it for me tonight. Unless there are any other questions. Puck was really young before the campaign. How did he deal with stress and issues? Did he talk to someone in his village? Did he have alone time? I mean, I'm willing to stay as long as you have questions, honestly. I just don't want to belabor the point. If there's not. Let's see here. Before the campaign, did he really, how did he deal with stress and issues? Did he talk to someone in his village? Did he have alone time? I think I usually save your question for last. Is that just because I am the last one here, or because I talk too much and I just distract from everybody else's questions time? So I think before, for Puck, back when he was in the village, he would have talked to, Fen, a fair bit. Yeah, I mean, you would hope I'd be the last one to leave if I'm the host. I think he would talk to Fen, at least about some things. And it may have been a case of like he would talk to Fen, or Fen wouldn't let Puck not talk about some things. But otherwise, I mean, I'm sure he had some alone time. I think part of the thing, though, was this was also pre-meeting Apollo. So while he might not have like outwardly prayed or anything like that, there may have been some of his alone time where he was thinking about the gods, and kind of pondering over things and how stuff might work. So I feel like some of his alone time would have been like either pondering his like state of like within the world and with his deity, and then part of it would have been like talking to Fen. So I mean, I'm sure there's alone time, like, you know, when you're in your hometown, you know all the spots you could go to like be alone. Baking, reading, singing, volunteer work, avoidance, over exercising, all the coping mechanisms. Yeah, there was definitely probably some level of like singing and playing of music and stuff, but I don't know how much of that was like for de-stress. But I think as far as what I have shown on stream for Puck's character, him humming that tune at the end of like a kind of a tough day or a long day or whatever, or like singing to himself. That's definitely part of what he would do. Yeah. Yeah. Ooh. Okay. Well, I have no idea what is going to happen in the next couple of sessions. It sounds like there's going to be a lot of unpacking of knowledge, and we'll have to figure out what the fuck we're doing. Part of me really wants to talk to Victor. And if he's beating himself down and being like all sad face, I, as Puck, am going to cast Calm Emotions on him. and just like pull him out of like depressed phase and make him more like logical, like neutral phase, and be like, listen, okay, I know I'm no one to talk, but you can't beat yourself up like this. Like, I've been exactly where you're at, but you cannot just, like, it's one thing to feel helpless and frustrated, but you can't compare yourself to someone like Ortiz. So that's kind of where my brain was at with, like, wanting to talk to Victor. And we'll see if that ends up happening. Because I haven't gotten used to use that spell, but I've noticed, I'm like, as a like fight deterrent, I feel like that's going to be something that I really want to use more. And also as a like, listen guys, like if you're about to do something stupid, if you're too angry to think straight or whatever, like I'm going to be casting Calm Emotions and be like, listen, you can't just go and do this. So far their ship, kill everyone, become evil. Puck's coping mechanism, fixing other people to avoid his own issues. Seems to fit the backstory. Hey, listen, you can't just call me out like that. God damn it. First you're telling me not to ask you questions about the secret conversation, then you're telling me the secret conversation is them plotting my murder, and now you're calling me out about my coping mechanisms? Yeah, I don't know. One thing that definitely did pop up there when he was talking to Talon, it's about your murder. One thing that definitely popped up there about when he was talking to Talon, was there's a very distinct feeling in Puck right now. Like part of his hopelessness with everything that happened was I can't seem to do anything except like pick up the pieces after everything's been broken. And there's this hanging on feeling of like it feels like in the world it's so easy to rip things apart and it's so much harder to put them back together and fix them, and like I can't keep up. And so the only other alternative is to stop things from getting broken, and I can't do that. So I don't know. I really want Puck to get some like beefy abilities or something really cool that lets him do something, you know, big and like not just flounder on persuasion rules. Puck is getting poisoned by best buddy Harold. It has to be fun. It has to be fun to explore Puck's trauma. I understand the motivation. You want to get the power to affect change, not clean it up. Yes. Yes, that I feel is a pretty good summary of where Puck's brain is at. It's like I can do so much to kind of like put a stopper to things. Like I can patch people's wounds up and stuff like that, but that's not gonna stop the war. That's not gonna stop the battle or the, you know, places being set on fire. Like I need the kind of strength to stop that in its tracks before it gets going. Like I can recognize that things are going wrong, but I don't have the ability to stop them. Yeah. It has to be fun exploring Puck's drama. Sometimes it is. I think these last couple of sessions have been very much more focused on other characters, and that's totally well and good. It's definitely been circulating around Victor a lot, and then there's been some stuff between Basher and Harold, and then Victor and Talon. But I don't know. It's weird. It's weird to be trauma Puck, because I do start to feel sometimes like it's just like, well, something bad happened, so Puck's just gonna go mope. And it's like, nah, that doesn't feel like, it feels like natural, but I want there to be more to it than that. I want there to be something that comes out of it. And so, like, you know, whether it's a grudge against another character, or, you know, maybe he becomes outspoken about some decision or whatever it is. Like, there's got to be something that than just like, well, I guess I'm just gonna be sad for like the rest of the session. I don't know. Anyways, unless you guys have any further questions or anything else you want to revisit, retouch on, Puck gets an eating disorder trying to find a way to control... What? Trying to find a way to control the world? How does that work? I don't know. I'm interested to see what the end of the training montage will be like for Puck. If there's a payoff, or if it's just he got beat up for a couple of days and nothing else comes out of it. But thank you, everybody. Thank you for coming by, checking out the stream. We're getting up there in viewers for the D&D show, so that is ever exciting. But thank you, everyone, for coming by and checking out the post show as well, and asking your questions and hanging out with us. We do appreciate it. I believe myself and Lane will be back on Friday, doing our own things. But hey, Miss Liz, I gotta like remessage some of you guys a little bit as well. I gotta talk to you about some kind of like weekend Overcooked 2 with the gang. I need to get that chat rolling again, because I brought it up and then everyone got, I guess, busy and distracted by other things. So that's something I want to set up as well, while I still have good internet and the likes. But yeah, it's gonna be it for me. Thanks everybody for coming by, enjoying the stream, supporting us, talking to us, adding your questions. It is always appreciated. And we will see you in the nearest future. Yeah, I will. I gotta refill my water because it's empty. I did all the beverage drinking. All right. Thanks everybody. Have a good rest of your night. Hope to see you guys soon, and I'll see all you guys in the next one. Peace out.